Like, I'm obsessed with this like new age, like spiritual, like hot white girl with the like wears a big floppy hat. Buddhism is very much like we're all one. We all want the same things. We all have the same desires. And then I like think about someone, I'm not even going to say his name, but like the person running the country. I'm like, I don't think we're the same. Like, I don't think we're all one.
No. What did he think was going to happen? I don't understand.
Do you forget Pearl Harbor?
No, I'm not.
Guys, we got to wrap it up.
Yeah.
We cannot go into Pearl Harbor right now.
Hi, Phyllis.
How are you?
Good. I am so excited for our guest today.
I can't wait.
You met them backstage,
yes.
But today's guest, we worked on a show together not that long ago, maybe like pre-COVID.
Okay.
And I'm super grateful for that job. I met Rose Surnow, our guest. She's a dear friend of mine, but it was probably one of the craziest jobs I've ever had, ever. And so I want to talk to you before she gets here. Okay. What was your sort of most hectic, memorable, worst job experience that you can recall?
Well, I worked in a restaurant for half a day.
Half a day?
Yes. I was in the kitchen. It was a spaghetti place in Cleveland. And my job, I was 16, was to make the meatballs, roll them and put them on the tray. And I dropped them.
Oh.
Like 50 of them on this gross, greasy floor. And the owner told me to put them back in the sauce.
No.
And I left. Yeah.
Did you put them back and then leave? Or did you
that's
just
a good
leave?
question.
Did you hoover them up yourself?
I think I'm going to lie and say I did not put them back in the sauce, but I might have. I don't remember.
Yeah.
But yeah, isn't that awful?
Yeah. That's pretty bad.
Yeah. It was,
I don't blame you for leaving.
Yeah.
I don't blame you for leaving.
I was like, I never ate there again, clearly.
Really?
Yeah.
Has there ever been a time where you maybe did the opposite, where you just kind of had a mentality of like, fuck it, like I want to get out of here at the end of the day, like I'm going to put the meatballs back on the plate?
Well, there was another job I had, and remember, I'm 70. No, I'm not. I'm 60. Where I went in, and all this woman did was she was training me. It was some kind of telemarketing thing. And she said, this is the worst place to work for, and just was negative, and I was going to be stuck in a room with her for 8 hours a day. So I said to her, I forgot something in my car. I'll be right back. And I went in my car and took off.
Phyllis, you're just like Irish goodbying all of your jobs.
I am.
That was just one day too?
Yep. Half a day, like a couple
Wow.
hours. She was awful. I mean, someone's training you and they're talking about how miserable the company is. Yeah. So
I was at a Starbucks recently and I overheard a manager training some guy that they had just hired, and they were talking about, metrics and training and goals and all this just nonsense. And it reminded me of jobs from my past, and most of my jobs I've enjoyed, but there have been jobs in the past where, you're just there for money, and you're there on day one, and they're telling you like, this is the way we do things, this is the culture, and you're just thinking, oh my God, shoot me. Like,
right.
it feels like you're being held hostage.
Right.
What we do, here with the podcast and all the creative stuff that I do outside of this, that is an absolute pleasure, right? But I do think of working as like a very outdated concept.
Right.
I wish we didn't have to do it.
Right. The money would just grow on trees.
Yeah. My very first job, I thought of this when you mentioned the meatballs. My aunt and uncle own a very successful chain of daycares in Texas. They since sold it to an Australian company, but they still like own the land. So like the family's still involved. And my very first job out of high school was working at that daycare. And so I was 17. I turned 18. And when I was 18, that's when I was like allowed to, kind of be like the only teacher in the room. And so I was very much like, I shouldn't have been hired, right? Like I was a kid myself, and I was disciplining these 13-year-old kids at a summer daycare.
I'm sure you were popular.
I was, I was that like teacher, if you will, who I would be like, okay, Brian, like I'm going to warn you one more time. 1,
right.
2, 3, 3.5. Like there was no discipline.
Right.
And because I was 18, like it was very easy for me to feel like I probably was doing it wrong. I think that I would, like parent my future children very differently than
Right.
the way that I supervise these kids. But yeah, there were a couple like parents who were like, I remember one time I did that thing that like just the most miserable bitchy teachers did when I was growing up, where it was like, y'all can't do this until everyone's quiet. And then you have like that one asshole, like weird kid who like says something, and then you're all held hostage
Right.
in this room, and like the teacher's just being an absolute wretch. And I did that. And I remember one of the parents like kind of told me off for it. And when I look back on it now, like 15 years later, like, yeah, like that's probably not the tactic to use to like get kids to behave.
Right. Well, I used a really bad tactic. I was in 4th grade. It was Mrs. Frimmer.
Ugh.
Yeah, Mrs. Frimmer.
Ugh.
And we were all laughing in the back. And she said, "Okay, Phyllis, why are you all laughing?"
Uh-oh.
And I was so naive. I told her the truth. I said, "We're all trying to figure out what you would look like bald."
No.
She had red hair like Lucy. Yeah, and I think I got a timeout or something. No, they didn't do timeout. Oh, yeah.
Did you get put in a corner?
Yeah, put in the corner like the dunce cap.
Yeah,
put in the corner for that. But I told her the truth.
Wow.
Yeah.
I got put in the corner by one teacher when my family lived in Florida for a year, and it was just this backwoods part of Florida. And I remember the punishment at that school was you got put in the corner. And I don't think people do that anymore.
Well, I don't think
it was humiliating.
It is humiliating.
Yeah.
It is humiliating. So were you there more than once?
I was probably there a couple times. I remember one time the teacher was reading a story and there was like a phone call going on, and I was, hamming up and I was acting it out. And so I did this, like, I'm like playing the character, I'm on the phone, and this dumb little 7-year-old girl named Holly thought that I was giving her the middle finger. And so she told the teacher, interrupted the story and told the teacher, Matt Cameron gave me the middle finger, didn't ask any questions. She immediately just said, "Get in that corner." And I was in the corner for like an hour.
That's terrible.
I don't think my mom knows the story.
Well, she does. She does now.
She knows now. Yeah. Anyway, I'm super excited for our guest. She'll be here in just a moment.
I
We're
can't
gonna
wait.
Take a quick break.
Okay.
And we will meet our guest today.
Okay, great.
Going to the doctor in LA is so hilarious because you're going to like an actual doctor, but any doctor you see is also like, and also if you want to get like zip snatched and tucked, and you're like, okay, you're like a dermatologist who's checking me for cancer.
Yeah.
But then on the walls of his thing, it's like, if you want to like snatch up, and he's never doing the hard sell. I hate when people hard sell me. He doesn't even bring it up. I'm just sitting there waiting, and I'm seeing these things, and I go, so if I was gonna like snatch my face, like what would you do? And he's like, well, you've got I have some sun damage, like spots. He's like, I would take that away. And then I have like these little bumps over here. And he's like, and I would take that away. And then I would do this thing called Morpheus. It's just kind of like,
Oh.
and I was like, how much is that? And he's like, $2,400. And I'm like,
That's not as bad as I thought.
seems like a great investment.
Yeah, that's a good deal.
Seems like the gift that will keep on giving. I don't know. All my friends who are doing these like lasers and shit look fucking fantastic.
Yeah. It's
But
called
I heard
Morpheus.
those are very painful.
I don't give a shit.
Right.
I don't care. Everything I've done to look beautiful is hurt. I started getting waxed when I was, this is so like LA Jew, but like my grandmother took me to Beverly Hills to get my vagina waxed when I was 15. It was like a rite of passage.
Yeah.
Wow.
It was so wildly painful. That woman like got into crevices. I was like, I'm never doing this again. This is psychotic. And then afterwards I was like, and then I like went for years.
Yes.
So like after doing that, like ripping the hair out of the part of my body with the most nerve endings, like I can do anything.
Right,
There's
exactly.
like nothing I can't do.
You can jump out of a plane right now.
Yeah, like I did laser hair removal on my legs, and people are like, "Oh, did that hurt?" I'm like, "I read a magazine. I didn't even notice it."
See, I had a mole biopsy just yesterday because I also go to a very like LA, it's called Rodeo Dermatology.
Love it. I don't go to doctors that are not in Beverly Hills. I'm like,
Yeah.
if you're on the east side, I'm like, you don't exist. You're dead to me.
Yeah.
If you're not in Beverly Hills or Santa Monica, I don't trust you.
Yeah, same. Yeah, Rodeo Dermatology, but they do the same thing. They do like my moles, and then they also, I haven't done any of the snatching yet,
Yeah.
but someday.
I think it's fun.
Yeah,
Also,
it's-
cheers.
Cheers.
Welcome.
Thanks for having me in your beautiful home.
Thank you.
I love that you guys live together. It's so quirky.
Yeah, we live in this restaurant.
It's so cool.
Yeah, we live in a restaurant.
Yeah, thanks for inviting me.
You're
I can't
welcome.
wait for all the dishes that are going to come out.
There you go.
So this is a Zinfandel, I believe.
Ooh.
No, Jake's going to kill me. This is, can you look at the bottle out? This is a Sauvignon Blanc.
Yes.
So
From New
Rose
Zealand.
from New Zealand. This
Yeah.
is a Sauvignon Blanc from New Zealand. It's, I hope, bone dry per your request.
It's pretty dry. It kind of tastes like somebody squeezed a lime, right?
Yes.
It's
Ah.
very
Yes,
tangy.
yes.
Okay, so let's talk about that. So we do like tasting notes and aromas on every episode. What are we getting on the nose?
Oh.
Definitely citrusy, lime,
Yeah.
maybe even lemon.
I'm definitely getting lemon. I'm getting my favorite, Whetstone.
I'm getting nail polish remover. Not even in a bad way.
Okay.
Fuck
Yeah.
me up.
That's what I say. Like there's a wine that Jake and
Mm.
I drink from time to time, and it gives me notes of Frank's Red Hot,
Oh.
and I don't mind it.
You know what I'm getting notes of? Two really sickening people that I'm excited to
Oh,
talk to.
is that us?
I think so. No, that's what people are going to talk
Yeah.
to after this. This is a fucking drag.
Well, we're so excited that you're
Very
here.
much so.
You and
I'm
I.
so excited to be here too, you guys. This is how much I love Matthew Cameron
Ah.
and Phyllis. Obviously, the love for you is just going to grow and grow.
Yes.
But I was living it up in New York City in a fabulous 2-story apartment that was just like really phenomenal. And Matthew was like, "Would you be in my podcast?" And I was like, "I guess I'm booking a little flight back to
Yeah.
LA."
So you live in New York.
I live here, but I'm sort of a woman of the world.
Okay.
You very
So I dilly
cosmopolitan.
and I dally.
Good
Yeah.
for you. Dilly dallying is a good thing.
Yes. Yes.
How was New York?
freaking fab?
Yeah. I remember when we talked originally, you said, I don't know when I'm coming back.
Yeah, I did a month there, and then I think I want to do a month in Europe in September.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm really interested in doing like a fabulous vacation / like scout for my like fascism backup plan.
Yeah. Yes. I get
Because
that.
it's like, oh, Europe sounds like, oh, we'll just move to Europe. But I'm like, would I even like it? I know that sounds crazy, but I
Right.
haven't been since I was 18. So I'm like, I need to physically go.
Right.
So
What countries are you leaning towards?
I want to go to Portugal. I want
Okay.
to go to Spain. I want to go to France, and I want to go to London.
I might see you in Spain.
Oh, let's meet up.
Yeah, because well,
And everyone that I know, Portugal's very popular right now. and
Ryan
everyone's
Salonen, a
obsessed.
friend of ours, he
Yeah.
was trying to do Portugal for a while.
I'm just saying,
and-
like, what if all of us just kikied in Portugal or Spain for like
Yes.
just 2 or 3 years? Once this like
yes.
crazy shit just dies down, we'll come back tan, hot, like relaxed with like a new lease on life,
Yes.
like better values.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
We'll come back and we'll be like,
Better
grind.
values.
Who?
Yeah.
Why?
Yes.
Like, come over for like a 4-hour dinner.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't know if it's a fantasy or reality, but there's only one way to know.
You can make it
Do
a
it.
reality. You absolutely
Yeah.
can. Portugal, I've heard, maybe it's getting harder now, but it is sort
Possible.
of easier than the rest.
Just intrigued to pop my little toes in and see,
Yeah.
because I don't know if you guys have ever had this experience of thinking you might like something and then
Right.
you go and regardless you get
Mm.
clarity. Maybe
Yeah.
you go and go, that was so much fun and so fabulous,
Yeah.
but I don't really see myself there.
Right.
Yeah.
Or it's so fabulous and you're so inspired that it really lights a fire and gives you something to work towards.
Yeah.
Or it's just an incredible vacation
Right.
and you're really glad that you live here.
Either
Right.
way, it's great.
I think it's
yeah.
a win all around.
It is a win all around.
Is there a plan C? Because so my great grandfather, who is in this photo, was originally from Valencia. And
Also
so my
handsome.
I know, right? I think I have his hair.
Not surprised.
Wait, is that you with him?
No, that's
Oh.
my grandma.
Oh, okay.
That's
That's your grandma?
That's my grandma. Yeah, that photo is probably like 1933.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah,
she
that's my
looks
grandma.
so small.
I know. Well, I mean, she was 4.
Oh, wait. Wait.
Phyllis doesn't have her glasses on.
She doesn't understand how age and time works.
Wait a minute. I thought that was your grandfather and that's his wife.
No,
No,
great grandfather.
That's my great grandfather.
You're like, things were different then.
Yeah, very different.
I mean, barely.
Yeah.
It's like, okay,
Like,
but you were
what kind
saying.
of family are you from? Yes.
So he's originally from Valencia, and so my whole family.
You mean in Spain?
In Spain, so not California. Yeah.
I
Can
just
you
was
imagine,
like, because I just don't think of you as Spanish. So I'm like, wait, Spain? This
I'm
little
like-
blondie with blue
I
eyes?
know. I'm a little bit of everything. My 23andMe is like 76% British Isles,
Amazing.
but like I do like to claim the Valencia of it all. But
I love
Of
it.
course.
But so my family, a lot of them right now, like 8 to 10 people are in the process of getting their Spanish citizenship to kind of
would
have a plan
too.
B. Yeah.
If anyone has parents or grandparents who are European, get
Do
that
it.
on lock. I wish
Do
I
it.
could. It's really far back for me, so I can't.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I'm not in like fear mode. I'm just in
Good.
exploration mode.
Yeah, you're just
Yeah.
over it.
I'm
I
not
am.
even like I have to leave now. It's just I think if you're even I think so many people are pondering it,
Hmm.
but see if you actually
Just
connect
do
with
it.
it.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
and you can make it a vacation. I mean, and though it's an interesting time now with social media and you can kind of be yourself anywhere.
Yes,
Yeah.
of course.
And it's
Yeah.
kind of wild too, because like I was born and raised in LA, and the only other place I've really lived is New York. So I've only lived in like some of the most expensive cities in the world.
Right. Yeah.
And it's wild because like if you're an American making dollars, you could live in like Vietnam, Mexico,
Yeah.
whatever, and you will be like the
A
Prince of
baller.
Persia.
Right,
Like,
right.
oh my God. Like
Right.
I
And
did
like
junior
Tuscany is offering Americans houses for nothing.
Buy a
It's
house for
just-
$1, Rose.
crazy. Oh my God. I end up living there. I'm like miserable, taunted.
Yeah.
I don't think everyone has to go. I don't think I have to go, but I'm just like, well, why don't I just
Just try it.
do a little
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And if that doesn't work out for you, are you like, fuck it, I'm staying in America? Or are you going to try Australia, South America?
desperate to leave.
Okay.
Especially because like I make, I'm like a writer filmmaker.
Right. Yeah.
And
That's my dilemma with leaving too, is
I do
need to
think
be
if I'm
here.
being honest, if you want to make things if you want to be like
Yeah.
a content creator, I think you can live anywhere.
Sure.
If you want to make TikToks which I think is a great path for a lot of people. But if you want to be a filmmaker and make films and TV shows and shorts and documentaries and, all things like that, I still think this is where you do it.
right.
And that's kind of why I'm not like I'm leaving, but I'm just saying I'm scoping. And
Yeah.
also like it's been a while. I think I love traveling. I really come alive when I'm in other places.
Yeah.
I get high. My favorite thing in the world is to be in a really gorgeous, fabulous city and just go aimlessly walking for hours with no
Yeah.
agenda. Oh my God, a bookstore here. Oh my God, I'm here. Like that's the way I like to travel. So I'm really picky about who I travel with.
Yeah.
Mm,
I
you
only
have to be.
travel with people who are wildly independent.
Yeah.
I can't travel with people who like need me to go with them to everything because if I don't want to go to something, I don't want to do 4 museums in a day.
Sure.
Some people like to do that.
Yeah.
If you're independent, I can go, I'll go to one of these because this looks cool, but I
Yeah.
don't want to do the others. And if
Yeah.
you're like, okay, cool, we'll do this and then, but if you're like, no, I don't want to go alone, I cannot travel with people like that.
No, it can't.
I'm
yeah.
very into like, we're all adults. Let's all do what we want.
Yeah.
Oh, that sounds really fun to you.
Yeah, yeah,
Why
yeah.
don't you do that? I'm going to do this and let's meet for dinner.
Meet for
Like,
dinner. yeah.
and then if you happen to love the same things, amazing,
Yeah.
and
Cool.
you do everything together.
Yes. Yes.
So like when I went to Mexico City, my favorite thing was it's such an incredible place. You can just walk for miles and hours and it's just one cool thing after the
Yeah.
other and you don't have to plan it. And so it's just so fabulous. Oh my God, this incredible meal. And then I'm going to go
Yeah.
salsa dancing here. And then I'm going to try on this amazing dress
That's
here.
where the magic happens.
So that's the way I like to travel.
Yeah.
So I'm actually just looking at this European month as just like mind expanding adventure,
There you go.
inspiration.
And then you'll never be let down.
Yes. And then also, if something happens where I'm like, whoa, I really connect with this place, then it's just food for thought. And
Right.
then,
Yeah.
If you don't go, you don't know.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
And I just think that like everyone's different, but I just turn on when I'm in another place. I get really alive.
I would love to see that. I feel like we'd be
We
good
should,
travel
I
buddies.
think we would have a great
I think
time.
it'd be really fun. 'Cause
I think we
Jake
would have a
will-
great time.
He would love to just stay in and cook with you in like this beautiful house in
Amazing.
another country. I mean, me
Yeah.
too. It sounds amazing.
Yeah, and I mean, I love to eat. I love to explore. Yeah. Are you guys traveling anytime soon or any trips?
Jake and I are going to Finland in December.
I didn't
Wow,
know
tell us
that.
more about that.
We're going with his parents. If you just follow Jake and I on Instagram, you would
Wow.
think that we're like the richest gays,
Yes.
but really we're just like tagging along with his parents everywhere, which is
Great.
amazing. They're so lovely and so
Finland.
generous. Yeah.
What's
so
happening in Finland?
Yeah, what's
we're
happening
going
in
to we think it's pronounced Ulu. It's
Okay.
like
I certainly won't correct you.
it's a town, I believe. We start there, we end there. We're also going to do some days in Helsinki, but we're mostly going for the Christmas markets. That's something that Jake's family loves to
It's gonna
do.
be fabulous.
Done them
That
in
is.
Austria and in Germany and
You're gonna
a
eat
few
some
other
weird
countries.
fish and stuff.
Yeah,
You're
there's
going to
definitely.
Austria and Germany as well?
Well, no, they've done Christmas
okay.
markets in those
They're
places
supposed to
in
be
the
really
past.
fun.
Yeah, from what I've seen, it's super fun.
Phyllis, where are you going? Anywhere? Any vacations?
I am going to Cleveland. No. Sam's moving back to Cleveland.
What's Cleveland like?
Cleveland, I couldn't handle the winters.
I can
um,
understand.
But it's actually a very cool city.
Hmm.
It really is.
Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is there,
Yeah,
right?
and downtown, there's so many lovely restaurants around Lake Erie. It gets a bad rap, but it's a good city.
Does it get super cold with like the wind effect coming
40
on?
below zero. Like you
I don't even
couldn't.
know what I would do.
Yeah.
My
Yeah.
dog would literally just drop dead immediately.
Yeah, I
What kind
think
of
I
dog
would
do you
drop
have?
dead.
She's just a little street dog. She's a little scruffer, probably a terrier.
Love
She's very
terrors.
cute.
She's goddamn cute. Like when it's the craziest thing about having a cute dog is when you walk down the street, the point of view of everyone looking at you is everyone's smiling. I like
Aw.
feel like I'm like bringing joy to the world. Like
Right.
people just see her and smile.
Oh, I
Yeah,
love
she
that.
sounds really. What's her name?
Her name is Chili.
Oh,
Oh,
that's
how
cute.
cute.
Yeah, she's the love of my life. I love her so
Yeah.
much.
I get it. I
Did
get it.
you grow up with pets?
Yes. And actually, so I grew up in LA and all the dogs we ever had were street dogs. My mom used to be a doctor at LA County Hospital, which is a hospital for people without insurance and stuff.
Right.
It's in East LA, Lincoln Heights.
Yeah, I used to go down there. I would call on them for work. What kind of doctor was she? Is she?
She's a cancer researcher now,
Mm.
but she used to be just a general like a GP.
Wow.
But every dog we ever had was just a stray that like wandered onto like the hospital premises that like
Mm.
just whatever, she would take him home. And so there, a lot of the street dogs in LA are like these scruffy Chihuahua
Yeah.
Terrier
Yeah.
mixes. So the dog I got as an adult just happens to look exactly like the dog I grew up with that I
Aw.
loved.
Oh,
And I
that's
didn't
sweet.
pick her based on looks. I just asked the shelter, I'm like, give me your cuddliest, most loving,
Aw.
Yeah.
like lover girl.
I
And
love that.
And yeah, like every time I do, I'm a stage 5 clinger, so I like stage 5 clingers.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I'm like total cuddler, like physical
Yeah.
touch is
Yeah.
my love language.
Yeah.
And so we're peas in a pod.
I have 2 cats and a rabbit, and one of the cats is not at all cuddly. The other one, we just found her a few months ago in a box
Oh my
outside of a church.
God.
Have I not told you
Wow,
this?
no.
So we named her Cava after the Spanish sparkling wine, but we found
Wow.
her 2 days before the LA fires in a box outside
God.
a church, like around the corner.
You saved her life for sure.
And
I remind
mean,
her every day.
yeah.
She saved yours.
You'd be nothing
No.
without me.
I mean, she is an absolute gift. I'm
Aw.
obsessed with her. I'm absolutely obsessed
Who does
with
she like
her.
more, you or Jake?
I think it's still pretty even. I mean, she definitely she cuddles longer with Jake. For me, she does that thing where she'll just like lay down on my chest for like 2 seconds and then she just runs away. And
my
I'm
God,
like, all right,
quick
well,
dopamine hit.
fuck my drag. Like, yeah.
Wait,
But-
so what about the bunny and the cat like community? What's
Yeah.
the vibe? Like, are we hanging? Are we not
They're
hanging?
fine now. So
Like
like,
all in the same room?
well, so Danny, the older one, she's 10. She's
Wait,
kind of
why is your cat
standoffish.
named Danny? Let's
Like
discuss this.
Daenerys. So it's short for Daenerys. I know.
That's so much worse.
Well, so her actual like full name on the adoption certificate is, Daenerys, first of her name, House of Cards.
You guys are
My
such
Lady of Lords.
nerds. Oh my God,
It was Jake. It was
nerd.
Jake before because
I
when
need to have a word with this man.
well when I was in charge with naming the rabbit, I just called her Trisha. So
I love a little
mean,
white trash rabbit.
Exactly. That's what I was going for. Like, come here, Trish. Like,
So funny.
yeah. So no, he named her Daenerys after
Trisha, Daenerys, and Kava.
Trisha, Daenerys, and
It's
Kava.
a real who's
Yeah.
who in this house.
One of my friends asked if we named Kava after like the Mediterranean Chipotle
Fast
restaurant. Yeah. I was like, yeah, this is my other cat, Qdoba, and then here's Chipotle.
Qdoba, Quiznos. That's
Yeah.
funny.
Phyllis, I got so much done this week.
Well, that's a headline.
It can be so hard to concentrate when I'm working from home, but I just joined Soho Works in West Hollywood and I've never been more productive.
Well, tell me more.
Soho Works is this incredible co-working space designed with creative people in mind, right on Sunset Boulevard. There's meeting rooms, private desks, free coffee, free food. You know I love to eat.
I've heard of this. It's what you 20-something-year-olds call a third space.
Exactly. Honestly, you would love it.
I've earned my retirement. Work is for the young.
There's free happy hour every Thursday.
Sign me up.
Soho Works, when your home office just isn't cutting it. Learn more at sohohouse.com.
Next, we have to get a dog.
I know, once we have a bigger space, we'll get a dog.
I've been rescuing German Shepherds and Huskies for 35 years.
Phyllis is like the
Beautiful.
queen of dog rescue in
Dogs
the
are
valley.
the best.
They are.
I
I
have
love
no
them.
notes about having them.
Yeah.
It's like one of those things in my life where I had an inkling I grew up with them, whatever, but as an adult didn't have one. And I just had this inkling. I was like, I really want one. And then I got one, and it's like everything I've wanted and more.
Mm,
And I always say, when you have an idea for something and then you do it and it turns out correct,
mm.
it really builds confidence that you know what you want. Like when you think about doing something and you do it and it's like a slam dunk, that's what helps you trust your choices. Because you're
Mm.
like, oh,
And
remember when I thought I wanted that and I was completely right? I'm probably right about this as well.
Yeah.
and I think that's going to be Europe for you.
I think so too. Also, like, I'm obsessed with this like new age, like spiritual, like hot white girl with the like wears a big floppy hat named
Yeah.
Lacey Phillips. She's a manifestation expert. I don't care if it's like bullshit. I love her.
Oh, this is an actual person.
Yes, girl.
Ah,
Yeah, she's amazing. She's grew up really poor, and her parents were like had her when they were 20 and were alcoholics, and she had a really rough childhood and has like ended up building this multi-million-dollar business, and she's super successful. Everything she's ever wanted has happened, and she's just like,
What's her name?
her name is Lacey Phillips.
Lacey Phillips.
Yeah, and she talks about this thing called pings. And
You
pings,
told me about this.
yeah, I'm
Yes.
obsessed with pings. So pings are just like these little voices in your head of like, I think I might enjoy a podcast. Wait, is that crazy? No. I just feel like maybe I would enjoy
Yeah.
whatever. And like you can't get the ping out of your head.
Yes.
And she's like, the more you follow your pings, the more your life becomes like exactly what it's supposed to be. And I think like you do. I don't know you well enough, but I know Matthew has followed his pings, like coming to LA, working in
Yeah.
this. I think this podcast is a ping.
It's
and like
a big ping.
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And it's like New York was a big ping, and it like totally raised my vibration. I was
Right.
in such a good mood. I just felt really happy. And I just really believe that like mindset is everything and attitude is
Yeah.
everything.
1,000%.
I think if you're middle class and above, obviously if you have like no money and you have like, living on the street and everything, no,
Right.
you can't just think
You
your way out
can't
of it.
ping
But if
your
you're
way into
if
yeah.
you're like living an okay life,
Yeah.
I do like I always caveat that because I
Yeah.
don't think it's just like think positive
Right.
and someone's like what
Yeah.
like but I think if you're generally doing okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's another way of saying it is the universe is whispering something
Yes,
to
I
you.
agree.
Yes,
And
gotta
you need to listen.
Yeah. Well,
And-
it's hard to listen sometimes.
Well, the biggest regrets of the dying, they're
Mm.
like these articles that went viral a while ago about like somebody who interviewed a bunch of people who were dying, and the biggest regret was I didn't let myself be happy. I
Mm.
wasn't authentic to myself. A lot of people said that they worked too much, and I don't think these are people who are like artists who like worked on their craft. I think
Sure.
it's like jobs
Yeah.
they didn't care about.
Yeah.
But I think the authenticity piece is really big. I think the way to measure a successful life is how you were you in this
Mm.
life. Were you completely you? The more you are, the more of a success it is.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think because that's like there's so much conditioning
Of what you're supposed to be.
yeah, from every single angle.
Yeah.
Like even people who love you.
Right.
Sure. Yeah.
And it's like taking all those layers off and moving forward is so empowering. And the more you do it, the more natural it becomes.
Mm.
And that's why I always tell you getting older is a beautiful thing.
Yeah. I'm
Because
not.
you
I'm
start
not-
peeling the layers off and then you just don't care.
Yeah.
You just
In a
don't.
way that's really beautiful. I mean, I think like with
Oh,
my
it is.
grandma, like once she got into her 90s, like she couldn't hear as well, and like she
And
would
then
just kind
I
of say
can't
whatever.
hear now.
No, but I
Yeah.
think,
That's
like,
why you think Matthew's so funny.
That was good.
I think that was like, I think with you, what I've learned from you is that there's like a confidence that comes with getting older. For
100%.
her, it was sort of like
You're talking about like extremely old.
I'm
You're
talking
talking
about
about
like
deathbed shit.
I'm
Yeah.
talking about like extremely old, where she was just like, I don't care if they can
Have you
hear
guys
me.
seen Harold and Maude? I'm like,
Yes.
when shit
Yes.
gets crazy, I'm out.
Yes.
Like, I don't need to be.
Yes.
If it's not fun anymore, I don't need to be here.
Yeah.
Like, I have
Yeah.
no interest in like fucking like wasting away.
Right.
We're keeping the train going
Yeah.
as long as the party's
Well,
fun.
but you have good genes, because we talked recently and you said your grandfather,
He's turning 100 at
he's
the
turning
end of the month.
100.
That's unbelievable.
He
It's amazing.
walks, talks. He's totally with it.
That's incredible.
It is quite
That's
cool.
such a gift.
I know. He's cool. He's a cool dude.
And he's also an Angelino.
He was born in Boyle Heights.
Wow.
And my grandma, who I was really close with, died a few years ago when she was 92.
Mm.
But she was fabulous. I really channel her a lot. She was absolutely stunning, a glamour girl,
Yeah.
fun as hell.
Eh,
And I think about her in terms of like bringing fun to the party. My
Yeah.
grandma made everything fun.
I love
I
that.
love
She
that.
lived it up.
Well,
Let's give a cheers to Shirley Cozen.
To Shirley.
Shirley.
Because you know what? Life is meant to be enjoyed.
Yeah.
That's right. Why are we
yeah.
here?
Look, we're having a great time now.
Yeah.
I'm having a great time.
I know you are. I'm having a
so
great
glad
time too.
And also, like, talking about pings and going to New York, like, last time you and I talked, I think that it was around some bullshit Trump ICE thing.
Oh, this
of it
stuff was
all.
getting me down.
It was rough. We
I
were both
was
not a
having
good
a hard time.
place.
I was born and raised in LA. My nanny, who lived with us for 6 years, who I've been close to my whole life until she died last year, was an undocumented woman. I mean, if she was alive today, she's going to be fucking kidnapped off the street. I grew up here, so I'm very close to this community
Right.
and, raised by an undocumented person. So everyone should be deeply upset about
Yeah.
what's happening. But for me, it's been crazy.
It's very personal.
Yeah, and I'm like, and also, I mean, we don't have to get too far into it, but also what's happening to our city, the way the current administration like is constantly looking to punish LA, like absolutely like hates LA. It really hurts us. Like when you have paramilitary like fascist groups like in downtown, in Santee Alley, in Chinatown, all the little businesses, no one comes in. Everyone's
No.
scared to go there.
Yeah.
So these little working class people who have businesses, those businesses shut down. Those people don't get to feed their families. So it makes me really angry that this awful, evil, psychotic organization is doing this because it's hurting real people.
Yeah.
And it's like, our milieu is very lucky. It's not directly affecting us, but I
Right.
think people should care about things
Yeah.
that are hurting other people, even
Yeah.
if you're protected from it.
Right.
The way that
Um,
I think of it is like I've lived in LA 16 years and like
Oh,
this is
you're like
thi-
an Angelino at
this
this
is
point.
home. I'm an
Yes.
Angelino, but like these people built the culture, right? Like everyone,
So California was Mexico. Like
exactly.
California is Latino culture. Like
Yes.
that's what it is.
Yes.
I mean, we could go on and on, but
yeah.
but I was starting to feel really paralyzed and depressed, and I was like talking to my therapist about it because I was getting so depressed being here, and I
Yeah.
think it's hard because like LA's taken a lot of hits lately.
Yeah.
It's been like
I mean,
three-
the fires. That was insane.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it was like a 1, 2, 3. It was like the industry dramatically contracting, like 47% less TV shows. So everyone who lives here because of that, like it's really tough.
Yeah.
Then there were the fires. Then like the military is just arresting people who are trying to make a living. I mean, it's so sick. And the city has taken a lot of punches. I don't want to be negative, but it's like, I love supporting local businesses. I love supporting mom and pop restaurants and vintage
So
stores.
do I.
Yeah.
But if you're not making good money, you can't. And so many people that were making good money in the film industry are sort of holding on to their money because they don't have it. And that
Right.
affects like your favorite restaurant. That affects your
Yes.
favorite coffee shop. That
Yes.
affects your favorite clothing store.
Yes.
And then like military just like roaming around neighborhoods makes people scared to go out. And so
Yeah.
I think I had to go to New York because I was starting to feel incredibly depressed. And I think my thinking started to get a little like, I started to get really paranoid. I was like, I was just starting to feel like, oh my God, I felt like I was going to die for some reason. I mean, it was really crazy.
No,
I
it-
can hear
it
the
didn't
shift.
make sense.
I can hear the shift versus last time. And I was
Well,
sort
I
of
was
in a
in a
similar
really neurotic,
place.
yeah.
I mean, I remember I started to tell you a story about the story was that I got kicked off a plane, and it's a
You
we'll
got
get into
kicked
it.
off a plane?
Yeah, well, let me preface it and then we'll get to it. But I remember I started telling the story and you told me, and I'm glad you said this, like I'm not in the right headspace to hear this story. Like we
Yeah.
were both, I think especially you, just sort of like fried by like
yes,
just
I
the
also have
nonsense
plain
of
stuff
it all.
that I'm getting better at.
Sure.
Yes. But New York was really helpful. And this is why I feel like changing environment can do a
Yeah.
world of good.
1,000.
Yeah.
Even if you just like hit up San Francisco for the weekend or, go to
Yeah.
Santa Barbara or go to Mexico, like
Yeah.
if you're lucky enough to be able to do that, I highly recommend it because it really enlivened me to be in this city full of people walking, biking everywhere.
Yeah.
Everyone from all over the world. Also, the Mom Donnie thing is so exciting.
Yeah.
And just seeing people get like glimmers of hope. And also, New York is such a diverse place. And like this administration is so scary and hateful and so white supremacist. So it was really fun to be somewhere where it's like everyone from all over the world is hanging, partying
Yeah.
together. So like New York just gave me like a massive boost. And it
I
just
love
kind of
that.
made me feel like America, like we still got it. Like,
I love that.
Yeah.
We're
Well, so-
always going to be okay.
That was a nice thing to be around. And
Yeah.
it really pumped me up. And it really got me. I think something that I'm trying to figure out myself is it doesn't help to just constantly absorb like the heaviest, most depressing stuff that's happening. That's like not good for you. Because you do have to like live this life and enjoy it. And people are always suffering all over the world. That's not something that just started happening.
No.
That's always been the case.
Right.
But you suffering on their behalf and like not getting out of bed because you're so upset about it, like that doesn't help them suffer less. That
Right.
just takes your beautiful gift of a life and dims it.
Right.
So it's like I'm trying to figure out this combination of like caring and being involved in trying to make the world better, but also like enjoying my life and being happy.
It's
and
a
like,
balance.
Yeah.
yeah, because I do think it's kind of gross, especially for white people to be like, things are great. I'm just great. And like not give like a single, like, okay, I think it's great that you're great, but like, what are you contributing? Like, what are
Right.
you helping besides for yourself?
There's too much going on to ignore.
Yeah, and I think it's cool to care about things besides yourself. I think we live in a really tough world in terms of capitalism, and like you do have to spend so much time just working on getting by, especially if you have artistic dreams. Like it takes a lot of time, but I think we can all do something once a month or something to help others. Because like we would want everything is like luck, like where you were born, what color skin you are, if you're gay, whatever. It's like it's all out of your hands. So it's like there by the grace of God go I. Like those people could be you. So if you were in that situation, what would you hope other people were doing?
Yeah.
Yeah. And to your point, like, you know, doing something about the things that you're seeing. I talk with my therapist about this all the time. And we talked about it recently with the whole like Kim Davis, SCOTUS, you know, revisiting gay marriage thing.
Absolute troll. It's
she's
like the
just-
people that are against this are like, not to be a bitch, but just like bridge trolls.
No, they all have like dead teeth and skin
they're like
tags.
people
and
that
like
should
they're
not
just,
reproduce.
Hey,
No,
I'm going
they're
to tell you again, it's
the
not
genetic-
going to happen.
Phyllis doesn't think it's going to happen, but
I just think
but we didn't think Trump was
the
going to get
military
elected.
has turned on American citizens. That's like crazy. I mean, I never
It's
thought that
nuts.
was going to happen.
Yeah.
I think never say never with this motherfucker.
Yeah. No, but she's such a bridge troll, and like I've been talking to my therapist about it recently, and just like, you know, worrying
Therapist
about
now. Oh my God.
I love my
I know,
therapist
same.
so much. I know we've
Cheers.
talked. Cheers
Obsessed.
to. I'm not going to say her
Cheers.
name. to
Oh my God.
I
Love
did
her
say her
name.
name. Yeah. No, she is. I mean, she's just such a gift. But she says to me all the time, like, "What are you going to do about it?" And same thing with the election. Like, I was just like,
But you were good about that. That's something I really appreciated. Matthew and Jake had like postcard campaigns. We went to their house.
Fun.
But see, this is what I'm talking about. I saw something on TikTok that was interesting. This woman was saying, she was a sociologist, and she said liberals tend to be more depressed than conservatives. Democrats tend to be more depressed than Republicans.
Think our way into depression.
No,
Maybe that's it.
because
Like,
they're aware of what's happening.
Yeah.
And they're upset about it. It's like these other people are like, oh, other people are being kidnapped and sent to countries they're not even from. Well, they have brown skin, so who cares? Let them fucking die.
I also think though Democrats need to look at why they lost so badly.
I'm totally with you.
Sure.
But what this woman was saying that was interesting was, so Democrats and liberals tend to be more depressed because they're empathetic. They're clued into what's going on. They're not just like, well, everything's fine for me. But she said something cool, which is, but Democrats and liberals who are in community and who are doing activism and who are actively trying to make the world better are happier.
Yeah.
So I think whether it's Matthew and Jake hosting this absolutely lovely, super fun postcard writing thing at their
So
house,
fun.
which is like people getting together. One of my closest friends is an amazing writer, and she's also a climate change activist. And she said that climate change activists are the most happy people she knows. And she's like, and that's so strange, right? Because like
Wow.
everything about climate change is very depressing. And she's like, the reason they're happy is they're always in community and they're actively working on something that they care about. So I think what we all need to do is like find ways of being involved with making the world better that go with our lifestyle, not like randomly doing volunteer work you don't care about, but
Right.
just doing stuff that feels aligned. Also, it can be overwhelming because there's so many issues, but maybe just picking one issue and like just deciding like, okay, every month I'm going to go do this one thing at this time. I think that is still something I'm kind of finding. I'm a comedy writer and I like write a lot of sketch comedy and internet comedy. And something that I was kind of been thinking about a lot that I think I'm finally ready to step into is I was actually scared because I have a lot of ideas and comedy sketches about like ICE and like stuff like around this administration. But I was actually scared to be like, what if I put this out? And like, what,
Yeah, what if you're the next like
AI
Kathy Griffin? Like, like you get targeted by.
Well, what she did was pretty lousy. I'm sorry.
I'm fine with it.
I'm okay with
think
it.
it's
But
fine.
what if
Do it again.
But what if she did it to Obama? You wouldn't be fine with it.
But it's different. I don't think it's the same. I think this guy is an actual he's ruining the world. So I don't think it's the same. But regardless, this is the first time I've ever in my life been like, is it safe for me to make political comedy? Is that
Yeah.
safe for me? I mean, it's interesting. It's a weird time, but it is but that's a way for me, and I think I'm just going to go for it anyway.
Do it.
I think I am. But that to me is exciting because that blends my worldview and my skills and the things that I like to do.
Right.
So, because I think the reason that volunteering or getting politically active seems like a lot for people is because it's like, what am I going to do? Some depressing thing that does it? Because by the way,
Yeah.
I've done volunteering things that have made me feel better and things that have made me feel
Yeah,
worse.
yeah.
Some stuff is so heavy that you're like,
Yes.
I actually can't be around
Yeah.
that.
I did a phone, I think they're called phone banks
Yeah.
for the 2020 election. And there were a lot of people your age on the call. And
75? No.
89, yeah.
89?
And they were all lovely, but like, I was a little disappointed by the fact that like the first 45 minutes of this Zoom call, we were supposed to be calling people and saying like, hey, like get out and vote.
Mhm.
We spent 45 minutes troubleshooting, like, I don't know how to turn on my camera. Like it was just,
Right.
and so I'm watching this and I'm like, oh, like, and even recently with the whole Kim Davis SCOTUS thing, I started looking into, I started looking into how can I volunteer, and I signed
Oh,
up.
let me know, by the way.
Well, I don't really have anything to let you know about because I signed up for the ACLU's like volunteer list, and I got an email and it said join our Slack channel. And I'm
You're
like,
boring.
no, I don't want to join Slack.
Something that I've been doing in LA that makes me feel really good is I've been working with this organization called Mads Collective, and because I'm really passionate about food. And my friend Maddie started this nonprofit Mads Collective, and it's a lot about food and activism. And basically, she'll Venmo me $200. I'll go to Albertsons and I'll buy a bunch of food on this list, and then I drop it off at a job center, and that goes to people who are too scared to leave their house, immigrants who like aren't going to the grocery store because they're like literally scared of getting snatched. And so that's just like an hour. I start my day, I do that. And then I'm like, cool, I just dropped off groceries. That feels good.
Can we talk off camera about how I can help with that? Because
Yeah.
that's like
That's a nice thing. It's like, it's just a little bit of effort. And
Yeah.
that's something that I'm trying to get a little more, because I'm like really passionate about food. The idea that people like might not be able to like eat food is like, no,
Yeah,
I can't.
Right.
That's really cool that you're doing
It's
that.
fun and
That's-
it's like easy and you're just like shopping and
yeah,
it's like a little boost. I mean, I think it would be also cool to do stuff my dream is that I work with a bunch of really creative people and we're making like hilarious comedy sketches that kind of do this stuff with maybe a link to ways to help or something that's like really entertaining and funny and then also like a call to action.
Yeah. I think you should do it.
Yeah, because I've had this idea because there's this thing called 5 calls or 5 every day where they give you like a list of 5 different issues and the people to call. And it's just really easy. You just call a senator and say, hey, and they give you the script. It's like so easy. And I've done it before. It's great. And I was thinking maybe I'll make a little like comedy video about like, are you depressed? Can you not get off the floor? Like the antidote to depression is doing something.
That's right.
And whether it's political or anything else, it's like moving forward.
Getting out of bed one step at a time.
Yeah.
Whatever. Yes.
Well, you've made some really funny content
Thank
around
you.
the election.
Oh, thanks.
I mean, everything
I took it
that
off
you do.
because I was scared.
No. Okay.
I know.
So I think we're talking about the same one, but I love the one
The
that
undecided
you did.
voter?
Undecided voters, and it was like, should I drive to work or should I crawl like the little bitch that I am?
Yes, because it was like people like not sure like who to vote for, so I just made fun of them. So it was called A Day in the Life of an Undecided Voter. It's like, should I have like yogurt and granola for breakfast or like a plate of computer cords? Because it's like, how can this be confusing? So I have a lot of ideas for ICE. I was thinking of maybe doing this little like solo TikTok video. It's like me working for ICE and I'm like slowly running and I'm like, oh, I missed them. I didn't catch them.
Wait, oh my God, that's brilliant.
And I'm like eating some tacos and I'm like, they went that way.
Yeah.
Like whatever. Like,
because I always tell people like if there was a draft, like I would do such a disservice as part of the military.
Yeah.
Like I just would be
just
no
like
help.
jam up
like,
the lines. Yeah, like in this
that'd
little
be you
TikTok.
and ICE.
Yeah. And me, I grabbed somebody speaking French. I'm like, I caught a foreigner. It's like a blonde. They're like, we don't care about them.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, you said foreigner. Like, so I think that would be fun. I was also thinking about doing this little infomercial about getting like a heart reduction. Like, hey, do you go to work? Do you like throw up and have nightmares and like think about killing yourself? You probably work for ICE. Come and get a heart reduction so you can do your work and feel nothing.
Oh, yeah.
Because I think people that do this, I have to imagine. Think about it. The economy is so rough right now, and people are being offered $150K without a college degree for these jobs. Like, imagine if you couldn't get work anywhere.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel that there will probably be people that are doing these jobs just to fucking feed their families
Of course.
that probably
Yeah.
feel like awful. That's like people that are going to war, like they're gonna have PTSD about this.
I
Like,
feel terrible in most jobs that I have outside of like fun
I love
stuff
you
like this.
comparing like a regular media job to working in ICE. You're
Well,
like, I think about killing myself all the time.
there
Hollywood is very similarly soul crushing.
yeah.
You know, whether you're creative or not creative, it's a tender time right now.
Right.
And it's a normal reaction to be upset and to
Right.
feel overwhelmed. And then if
Yeah.
you're feeling that, it's not because you're like crazy. It's really hard. So I think we all have to just figure out how to keep joy and passion and go for our things and while caring about others. Because I think that there's a thing of tipping too far where it's like, my life is great and I just did it. And I think that's cool. But I think if you're lucky enough to have a really good life that's really set up, I do think it's nice to care about others.
Yeah.
Of course.
I
If
mean,
you're not giving in one way or another, you're just
Anything.
wasting time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just think, yeah, I think it's part of it's not what's valued in society. We don't put a value on it, but I think the older you get, you're like being there for people, bringing soup to your friend that's not doing well, help bringing like love and support and nurturing and caring to the people that you love and people that you don't know. And just, I don't know, I think that's helpful.
It feels
I also
better.
think there should be like groups where if you're Republican or Democrat or liberal or conservative, we need to also be communicating more.
I have a problem. I don't know. I'm just like, fuck
Phyllis
you
likes
guys.
Phyllis like we've said this on the podcast before. Phyllis likes a good purple.
I am purple.
So
It's good to know people that
Yeah.
are purple because I think I'm definitely in a bubble.
but purple in like ways that
well, I mean, like,
I mean, you're
She's
sitting
like,
here.
I hate gays.
no,
Yeah.
exactly. That's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
I
mean,
hate
you're
gays.
sitting
No.
here. You're sitting here saying like, oh, like it's not going to happen. And I know that the reason you're saying marriage equality won't be overturned is because it would devastate you if it did happen.
It would.
I know that.
It would, but there are also, I think, 9 gay people in his administration. Richard Grinnell, who sits next to him in most of the meetings, I don't think he's going to switch it. And I'm not a fan,
Yeah.
but you will, if
I think it's wishful thinking, but I
I don't think
I
it
don't
is.
know.
But
We're gonna
some
find out.
TBD,
We're gonna find out.
I think your approach of people needing to talk to each other is
We do.
healthier and more constructive. I'm so disgusted and burned out.
It feels like a shtick for us at this point. I'm like, I was thinking about that on the drive over here. Like,
You know what?
It is a
Buddhism-
good point to make.
Listen,
but,
I'm kind of a Buddhist.
I love
Wait.
Buddhism.
And Buddhism is
my
like
uncle's a
we are-
Buddhist priest.
Wait, me being like I'm kind of a Buddhist is such a joke.
Well, no, but wait,
It's like my brag of the
What-
century.
no, but you're
don't I seem like
you
like
you
so-
said you're Jewish, right? So my really good
Yes.
friend's daughter is Buddhist, and she calls her
a Jubu or a
Jew.
Buju?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Buju or Jew. Yeah,
It goes really
That's the
well
new- it's-
together.
Yeah.
Jewish and Buddhist go really well together because, I mean, my family's Jewish. Like, nobody believes in God. Nobody's like, we're Jewish in like the Pickles, Woody Allen, New York way. Not
What
in,
is the pickles way?
just like
Pickles come with everything.
food.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, it's just more cultural. But spiritually, I've always been really attracted to Buddhism since I was a teenager.
Yeah.
And something that I sometimes have a hard time with, it's like we all like Buddhism is very much like we're all one. We all want the same things. We all have the same desires. And then I like think about someone, I'm not even going to say his name, but like the person running the country, I'm like, I don't think we're the same. Like, I don't think we're all one.
No.
And like, I don't think I
No.
can like find one thing about him to like. So that's
Yeah.
where my spirituality sort of like
It
hits
sort
the
of
wall.
cuts off. I thought about that. There was some Instagram post or something on TV recently, and it was the point that this person was trying to make is like when you look at these people who, the Nazis that worked at concentration camps, like they were real people that had real lives, and like, to say that they're like evil is just to like make them so one note, and that's not the right way to look at it. I'm like, I think that's the right way to look at it.
Nazis?
I'm okay with
Yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah.
Like
I
I don't
know.
need to know what their favorite ice cream was. Like
Yeah.
if you're a Nazi and you're working at a concentration camp, like I think
bye,
you kinda
bitch.
not a-
suck.
yeah,
You're
you're not a good
canceled. I think
person.
I
You
can feel
fucking
comfortable.
suck.
Yeah. you're
No,
not-
now that's like these days they're like, well,
Yeah.
yeah, like in certain manospheres.
Ugh.
Guys,
Oh.
so what are you serving us for dinner?
So you actually missed that
Oh,
day on
shit.
set.
It
We
was
did a
so
really,
nice.
We did a really fun
Oh.
photo shoot. We actually, I mean, I will say this: we ordered Italian food, but it was like from a ghost kitchen. So
How
like,
was it?
It was
Eh.
actually good. It was okay.
It was okay.
What's your-
yeah, we're getting a thumbs
Okay,
down.
really quick, favorite restaurant in LA if it was your birthday and someone took you out to dinner, where would it be?
Okay, so my old answer, and I thought of this earlier, Spartina was a restaurant in
Never heard of
Melrose.
it.
It was so good. It was an amazing Italian restaurant. It closed because of all the things that are going on, but the email blast that they sent out, they blamed the writer's strike. The writer's strike kind of just was
Okay.
the beginning of the end. I would say right now, oh gosh. Phyllis, you go first. I'm kind of going
I
through
would
my
say-
mind of
Where do you live?
Los Feliz.
Okay, so I would say Verse. No, I'm just plugging my friend's place. But it's really, it's like a New York dinner club, and the sound system's amazing. You can actually produce an album in it. It's magnificent. And then I would say any high-end sushi place.
Okay.
Delicious.
What is your favorite? As you're answering, I'm going to think.
I'm gonna do one for food and one for ambiance.
Yes.
Okay.
For food, it would be Sushi Gen or Gen in Little Tokyo.
Yeah.
Just
Okay.
like
That's the best.
so delicious.
Yeah.
You know it?
It's
Yes.
incredible. But it's not like it's delicious.
It's-
but
yeah.
it's not the vibe.
Sushi Jen?
Yes.
Because she
GEN.
goes to Sushi Dan.
No, I don't. I haven't been to Sushi
It
Dan
might
in
be
5
Sushi
years.
Again, you guys. I might be canceling
No,
myself.
Sushi Dan is McDonald's.
No, but I'm wondering if it's like they named
No,
like
no, no.
Sushi Matt,
It's
Sushi Rose.
GEN.
Like,
Like,
Yes,
it could be
GEN.
again. I
Okay.
don't know.
Okay.
And then the other one would probably be Found Oyster in East Hollywood. I'm just a huge seafood
too.
person, so it's like
Mm.
seafood towers,
Yeah.
scallops, raw.
I'm
lobster.
pescatarian.
So I would go to Found Oyster, get a bottle of like super cold, like, effervescent white wine, and just like seafood tower,
Yes.
lobster. That would be my birthday.
We did a seafood
would be
brunch
great.
recently, and it was super fun, just the
This
two
is,
of
like,
us.
fabulous.
Yeah, I think so. Spartina was my go-to, and that was Jake's go-to. And the thing that I love about my relationship is that no one says no. So like
Amazing.
when we get to a restaurant, like if I want 3 appetizers and Jake wants 4, we just get all 7.
It's
like
fun. Called living your best life,
exactly.
honey.
But so Spartina closed, but recently for our 6-year anniversary, we went to Nancy Silverman's restaurant.
Which one?
Mozza
Oh,
on Melrose.
amazing.
Incredible.
Yeah, the food was perfect.
Incredible.
Where
It's
was that?
so good.
Where is it?
It's on
corner,
Melrose
Maltz.
and Highland.
Yeah,
They
fabulous.
have
And great
a couple
ambiance.
restaurants there. Great ambiance. It's beautiful inside. We'll go sometime. It is.
Okay.
That
It's
is
a
kind of my
fabulous
go-to Italian restaurant now. Where can we follow you? Where can we
Yeah.
find your work? Tell
Yes,
us what
please.
you're doing.
You can follow me at Rose Surnow, and it'll be right here. And I am writing, starring, and producing a web series called LA Woman. It's a comedic web series. It's kind of a heightened version of my life. It really satirizes Hollywood and being a writer, and it's very, very silly, and it's very fun. And we've got 2 episodes out you can watch on my Instagram or my YouTube, and more on the way.
So Rose,
Amazing.
how do you spell your last name?
Surnow, Surnow.
Okay.
Yeah, if you need a little laugh.
You're
Sh-
I love
Rose
when I
is-
love when she kept saying, "Well, when I go to Europe, I'm alive," and I'm thinking, "What the hell does she think?" She's
yeah,
doing
right.
now?"
Rose,
so lively.
Thank you.
Rose is. I didn't mention this in the show, but Rose is one of the funniest people I.
You're
think I've ever
hysterical.
met.
Thank you,
And
guys.
And you have a great
You're
vocabulary.
just such a joy to be around.
you. Well,
and-
I'm really happy to be here, and I'm really happy and proud of you guys. And I just think like making your dreams come true. I'm proud of everybody involved, and I'm
Aw.
extra specially proud of Matthew
Yes.
because
Thank you.
I think it's really cool to say you're going to do something and do it.
Absolutely.
This is a ping that I've had for like 6 years, and I think it's really easy to talk yourself out of pings.
Yes.
And I just had the perfect storm of things that came together. I met some people on our crew, and it just became possible.
Okay,
and
wait, can I say one
I
last
listened
thing?
to the ping. Yes,
Yes.
please.
Okay, so I had this idea to do a comedy web series called LA Woman for a while, and I could see it, and I was like, okay, I'm doing it. And now that I'm doing it, now the next thing is coming, which is
Yeah.
I really want to make I really want to write and direct a beautiful short, obviously funny, but also kind of sweet. And I've been really intimidated to do that because a lot of people I know who do it like just have $50,000 lying around and they use your own money, and I'm really scared about that. And I'm realizing that it's just fear.
Totally.
Because now I'm also talking to people who didn't spend $1 of their own money, and they found grants and they found funders, and it's just opening my mind. So it's making me realize how you can really talk yourself out of things like, oh, I don't have 50K, I can't do that. And it's like, well, a lot of people don't have 50K and
Yes.
they did do it.
And they did do it. Yeah.
So it's kind of cool because like now that you've done this, there's going to be a next big thing, and it's exciting to see how that's going to keep going.
yeah. Yeah.
well,
I mean,
isn't it Einstein, or I think it was Winston Churchill, the other side of fear is success.
Isn't that cool?
Yes.
I hope it was Winston Churchill. We'll talk about this on another episode. I am not a big fan of Albert Einstein.
I don't
Why?
really
Fuck
know
that
him very
guy.
well. I know
Because,
E equals MC squared plus crazy hair, but that's like all I know.
but I like him
I
because he was
hate him.
dyslexic, like I am.
E equals MC hair.
His teachers told him
Blonde
he would
hair.
never
What do
be
you?
successful, and he's one of the most brilliant.
Here's my issue with
I can't believe
Albert
he
Einstein.
doesn't like Albert Einstein.
No, here's my issue with Albert
Wait,
Einstein.
I love
is
that you're doing a celebrity beef right now.
yeah.
Gossip, hot teas, piping hot.
Here's my issue with
It's
him.
like a really safe person to like go after.
Yeah. No, I don't
The
think I'm gonna
guy's
get
dead.
much flack
I
for
mean-
this. Yeah. So my issue with him is he was like part of the whole creating the atom bomb and like the Manhattan Project and all of that. I don't know to what extent he was involved in that, but like he was in it, right? And so then they dropped the bombs on Japan, and this is literally the quote that he said in the press when it happened. Albert Einstein said, "Woe is me." Yeah, woe is you. What'd you think was gonna happen?
All right,
What
but
did he think
did
was
you-
going
I'm
to
obsessed
happen?
with you, like
Yeah.
doing this really Gen Z read of Albert Einstein.
What did he think was going to
But
happen?
do
I
you
don't
forget
understand.
that do you forget Pearl Harbor?
No, I'm not.
Guys, we gotta wrap it up.
Yeah.
We cannot go into Pearl Harbor right now.
No, I'm not I'm just speaking to like you created this technology and then you like lament deeply the thing that happened. Like, what did you think was going
I
to
don't
happen?
say he was like the most emotional, supportive guy that should ever walk.
No.
I liked him because they had to paint his front door red. Because if he walked around the block, he couldn't find his front door. That would be me. You know that.
I mean, your door isn't red.
No. This is done. No, I have no sense of.
Oh.
You know that I
Yeah,
Uber
yeah.
here.
Well, I like you and I don't like Albert Einstein.
Okay, well,
so.
I'll take that.
I love you, Phyllis. I love you, Rose. Thank
I
you
love
for
you
being
guys. This
here.
is such a delight.
This
Thank
was
you so much
fun.
for having me.
Hey, Phylistines, thank you so much for tuning into this week's episode. For more Filling in Phyllis, follow us on social media. That's at Filling in Phyllis on Threads, Blue Sky, Instagram, and TikTok. Also, check out our YouTube where you can find full episodes, bonus content, and so much more. While you're at it, please be sure to like, subscribe, and leave a comment wherever it is that you're watching or listening. That's a huge help for us as we get this podcast off the ground. Thank you so much for listening.
We love you. Thank you so much for listening, and we'll see you next time.